welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we're introducing our new dies, Outside In Stitched Cloud Stackables and Stitched Cloud Frames. So let's go ahead and check it out. Here you can see the Outside In Stitched Cloud Stackables. What's really cool is that it creates a stitched opening in a cloud shape and also a stitched cloud shape. So here you can see how you could use the opening or the actual cloud. So it makes for some really cool possibilities, which I really love. Then here are the stitched cloud frames. And so these frames create a frame. They create a cloud on the inside. They have little smiley faces and also a little blush for their cheeks. And so here you can see when you remove that frame there, how cute the die is that is left from the inside as well. So you can have a plain cloud or you can get a stitched cloud if you use the outside in stitched cloud stackables. So I think those are just adorable. One of the best things about these dies is how they work together. So we have the opening and you can see that you can tuck that frame into the opening, which is a really cool look. So you can create kind of shakers that are built within your card. And then here the frames also worked with the stitched cloud part. So there you can see how cool that looks. It's really fun for creating shakers, which we're going to be doing today. And so I love the look of that stitched frame around the whole cloud shape. So today I'm going to be recreating a really gorgeous card by Audrey, and she used one of my favorite older sets, Critters Ever After. So we colored that cute dragon and some stars, and now we're going to cut our stitch cloud frame out of some Sugarplum Cardstock. I really love the idea of cutting these clouds out of purple versus blue. It's a really cool look. So to go along with that Sugarplum cardstock, we're going to use some of the purple paper from Watercolor Wishes, and this time we're going to cut it with the largest outside in stitch cloud stackable. And so we're going to be able to layer these two pieces together. We're going to take that same outside in cloud stackable and we're going to die cut some acetate, and that's going to be kind of the window part of our shaker. So there now you'll see we have a nice clear plastic cloud. And you'll see how these pieces are going to be able to layer. Now to create a shaker, I've got some really thick fun foam here, and this is just from my local craft store. It's that kids fun foam stuff they play with, and I love using this for shakers. Right here I have some stick-it adhesive. This is a nice thin sheet of adhesive so that you can create your own stickers. So I'm just going to peel off the backing off that sheet, and then I'm going to attach it to that foam piece. And this way I'm going to be creating a custom foam sticker that's going to help me make my cloud-shaped shaker. That's very hard to say. Okay, so there I've got my stick it on one side. So I'm going to flip it over and add stick it to the other side as well. So I'll just peel off that backing once again and then layer it to the other side of my fun foam. Then we're going to take our cloud frame die and we're going to run that through our die cut machine just like normal, but that frame die is going to cut out this foam that's become kind of a foam sticker. And the cool thing is we're going to have the frame piece and we're also going to have the interior cloud piece. I'll save the interior cloud for a project for another day, but today I'm going to use my little foam frame there. So here you'll see all my pieces. I've got my purple frame, I've got my foam frame, my base, and also my plastic. So the first thing we're going to do is take our cloud base and then we're going to peel off the little liner paper there onto our cloud frame, and we're going to stick that foam frame right on there. Then I'm going to take my powder tool here and I'm going to run it all along the inside of this foam. And I'm just doing this just to remove any stickiness that might be on that foam from that sticker paper that we added. So if you put that little powder on there, it's going to stick to any extra adhesive, and now your sequins are going to move nice and freely. So I'm going to take these really pretty sequins. I love these. I just think they're just gorgeous, these little things by Lucy. And I'm going to combine two colors there, the sea glass and the wilderness as well. Then I'm going to peel off the liner tape on the top of that foam sticker, and then we can add our acetate window to the top of that, creating our shaker. I just love the idea of creating shaped shaker cards. It makes me so happy. So here I've put some nice sticky score tape there on the back of our purple frame, and we'll layer that on top to give it a really pretty decorative edge. Now this would have been really cool to make a cloud-shaped card, but I'm going to be doing that for the second card, so I thought it would be fun this time to use my stitched windy backdrop and die cut some white cardstock and make it just onto a card base. Here I've got some glitter stickles, and I'm just going to kind of line the inside of that whole frame, and I think it's just a really pretty magical look that's really going to go along really well with that dragon, and it really adds so much. Just this little glitter glue here just adds such a big difference to this shaker card. Then now once I let that glitter glue dry, I can go ahead and start adding my stamped and die cut images. So I'm going to add this cute little dragon there and then layer my stars just kind of around the dragon. And I love this purple and turquoise color combination so much. Now, since I had taken out an old favorite stamp set, I'm going to take another old favorite out, and that is Lucky Stars. I love this one so much. And the I Thank My Lucky Stars for You might be one of my favorite sentiments. So I'm going to stamp that out in some black licorice ink. And then I'm going to take a sentiment banner die, and I'm going to line that right up with my sentiment. And then I can run that through my die cut machine. I'm just going to trim off the flags on one end because I'm going to be layering it onto the edge of my card. I'm going to add a bunch of foam squares on there, and I'm actually going to double up the height of the foam squares so it matches the height of my shaker that's going onto the card. And then I can layer that on the left side of the card. I'm creating a standard size card base at 5.5 by 4.25. I'll just score that and fold it and then add a bunch of adhesive to that card base and then layer my whole panel on top. Now next, for a little extra decoration, I opened up one of my cute little sequin packs and I took out some stars and some sequins and kind of placed them around the card where I thought looked nice. And now I'm just going to use my jewel picker to pick those up, and I'm going to add little glue dots to the back of them and then put them back onto the card. And I think it just looks really cute with those extra sequins and stars, almost like they kind of flew out of the shaker, which is really fun. My last step is to add a little adhesive to the back of my cloud shaker there. I waited to the end because I wanted that glitter glue to be really dry, and then I can layer that onto my card, and now you can see just how fun this shaker is. Shakers are just so magical. They just make me smile, and I think with the addition of the dragon and the cloud, I think it's just so pretty with those sequins moving around. So now that we've created a shaker, we thought it would be fun to create a cloud-shaped card. So right here we've got our outside in stitched cloud, and we're going to die cut that from some white cardstock. And we'll die cut that a second time. We're also going to die cut that cloud from some white felt, and I love the idea of using felt for the cloud because it's going to add that kind of magical cloud texture to the whole thing. So next up, we're going to add some glue to our white cloud, and then we're going to add the felt to that. And this is going to give the felt some stability so that it can be the front of the card. Now it's time to create our card base. So we're going to score about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch from the top of the die to create a card base, and then we're going to go ahead and fold that back. We'll add some nice strong tape above the score line, and then we can attach the two pieces together, creating your own custom cloud-shaped card. And you can do this with any shaped die, so a heart, a cloud, anything. So I think that's so cool. So here we have our bunting borders die, and we're going to die cut that from some narwhal cardstock. And then here we have the little pennants die, and we've die cut that from a bunch of different colors of cardstock. So we're going to line these up in some rainbow order, and these are guava, fake tan, sunflower, cilantro, peacock, and sugarplum. We'll add some little drops of glue to the back of the banner, and then we'll add it to the cloud just kind of corner to corner, just like that. We can go ahead and trim off any of the excess, and then we can add our little rainbow banners on top of this existing one. And so now it's going to look like there's a little gray string between all of our little rainbow pennants. Once we add all of those on there, we're going to add some sequins to this card too, just to kind of give a little glamour to it and also just a little texture as well. So we got some cute little sequins there. And then what we're going to do is just add a little liquid glue behind each sequin to secure it to the felt on the cloud. Once we have all of that, we wanted to add even more texture, and of course, glitter came to mind. So we're going to use the glue tube here just to trace the outside edge of that whole felt cloud, and then we're going to use the chunky glitter there, and we're going to add that onto that glue. I absolutely love the look of the chunky glitter. It's really just kind of magical to me. It kind of reminds me of just unicorns and just happiness. So it looks so cool attached to that glitter there. And we use a little coffee filter to capture any of the excess so we can put it back into the jar. Now here we're using our anti-static powder tool there to rub against our cardstock because we're going to be heat embossing. So we're going to stamp here with some nice sticky ink and then add our embossing powder. And by putting that powder on beforehand, the embossing powder will only stick to the ink and not to the cardstock. It gets rid of any of that kind of static cling or any kind of humidity that might be on your cardstock. We're going to heat that up with our heat tool, and then we're going to use the coordinating die to cut this word out. And this word is from the Yay Kite stamp set, and I just love it so much, and I love how it looks once the die is cut from it. We'll add a little liquid glue to the back of our word here, and we're going to put our sentiment on the inside of the card, and that's going to be a really cute surprise when you open up the card. So here you can see that awesome cloud with all of the texture from the felt and the sequins and the glitter, and then we've got our cute sentiment on the inside, and this card just makes me smile. And one of my favorite parts about it is that it can stand up just like a normal card, even though it's that really awesome cloud shape. And then here is a look at the 2 cards that we made today. We have the really fun shaker, and then we have our awesome shaped cloud card with our sentiment surprise on the inside. Now here we have some adorable cards by the design team, and I absolutely adore this card by Kay and how she put her sentiment there inside the cloud. I love how Lizzie created these kind of rainbow of raindrops coming out from her cloud and those cute die cut letters inside. I love how Lynette created an awesome shaker card here where they're looking up at the cloud filled with sequins and the plane. And then I love here how Jen put the little cloud on the front. It's nice and plain on the front, and when you open it up, you have the big surprise of the pivot pop-up and that cute plane up in the clouds. This card here by Elise is so sweet. I love the smiles on her clouds there with her whole band playing music. It's just adorable. And here's the card by Audrey that inspired me to make mine today. I love this clean and simple card by Ivy. It's completely die cut and those little smiling clouds are just adorable. I love how Letitia used the Itsy Bitsy polka dot backdrop to add some cute little polka dots into her clouds. And then I love how Elena has that awesome cloud shaker and those cute little ducks playing around in the grass. So I cannot wait to see your awesome cloud card, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!